All right, hi everybody. Sorry the last video got cut off, so I'm just gonna add this one on there to continue with this lesson. So we went through and we graphed this line. So again, we started with our B for the second line. So I went down 2 on my X or my Y axis and plotted my first point. Okay, and then from that point, I used my M here to go up 1 over 1 and kind of follow that pattern until I was out of graph. And then I went down 1 to the left and finished out my line there. Okay, so then now I'm actually going to draw in my line. So let's see. All right, so your line should look something like this. Again, the more points you put, the more accurate your line is going to be. Okay, so with this one, again, our solution is going to be this one they cross, so it's where they cross. That's my solution for this one. So in this case, my dot and where they cross is right there. Sorry, trying to make it a dot. It's not really right. Okay, so that's my solution. Right where they cross is the solution for this one. So in this case, on my, let's see, on the x-axis, I go over 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I went over 5 for this one. All right, and I went to the left, so technically I went to -5, okay? And then I went down, so I'm going until I line up with the dot, is what I'm getting at here. So you're gonna wanna do the same thing with the y-axis. So in this case, I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So down 7, so it's -7. So then again, remember, you write your x first, and then you write your y. So in this case, my solution would be -5, comma, -7, tossed in parentheses, and we're done. Alrighty. So that's how you do it when you have to convert them from, this is technically in standard form. So these were both in standard form to start off. Okay, so then we had to convert them into that slope-intercept form in order to graph them. Okay, so looking at number 4, this one's ready to go. It's in that standard or slope-intercept form, so it's already in y equals mx plus b form. You just have to convert this one. Okay, so you would have to go through and you would have to, I'm just going to rewrite it down here. So I have x plus 2y equals 4. Okay, so then for this one, you're going to want to draw your little line. Okay, remember we want to move everything away from y. So in this case, I'm going to start with my x. So you're going to subtract x from both sides. Okay, these ones cancel. Bring down what you have left. So in this case, you have 2y equals -x and then plus 4. Remember, you cannot, let me move this over a little bit, see if it'll let me. Perfect. All right, actually, I'll just rewrite it, make it easier on us. Okay, so I have 2y, oh boy, equals -x plus 4. Now we can actually see all of it, okay? So remember, you can't combine the 4 and the -x because the 4 doesn't have an x, okay? And then we're still looking, we want y by itself. In this case, we have that 2 next to it, okay? So that's telling me 2y is saying that they're being multiplied. So in order to move it, you got to divide it, remember. So when you do this, you're going to divide everything by that 2. So divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. And I know we don't usually write them, but for those of you that need it, there is technically a 1 with that x. So now these would cancel. I'm left with y equals, I'm just going to bring down my -1 half x, and then 4 divided by 2, because it's a fraction, just gives me +2. Okay, so then that would be the next one where we are just ready to go. So let's see. Just highlight those ones really quick. So then now these are both in slope-intercept form, so you can go ahead and graph them like I did for number 3. What's your M? What's your B? Go from there, okay? I do want to kind of look at these. There's a couple different ones down here as we go down on the bottom. Like number 5, and then maybe we'll do number 6. We'll do these two, and then we'll call it quits for for this video. And then if you guys need more examples, feel free to reach out and I would be happy to make more and go through more of these problems with you. All right, so for number 5, we're going to look at this one. Let me get my pen. Okay, so we have x plus 3y equals negative 15. Okay, and we need to go ahead and solve it because obviously y is not by itself. So what do we got to move first? In this case, I want to move that x first. Right now it's a positive x number, so you're going to make it a negative. Do the opposite to move it. So you're going to subtract it from both sides. All right, these cancel. Bring down your 3y. Actually, whoop. I'll write this in red. Stick with my colors. Okay, so I have 3y equals, again, you can't combine the x with the negative 15 because it doesn't have an x. So this would just be negative x and then minus 15. So just bring both of those down. All right, and then again, the 3 needs to get moved away from the y because we want y by itself. So in this case, they're being multiplied, so you got to divide by 3. Divide by 3, divide by 3. And remember, if you ever have an x that stands alone, toss the 1 with it, okay? And then you'll be good to go. All right, so these cancel. I'm left with y equals negative 1/3 x. I'm just going to bring that one down. And then negative 15 divided by 3 is actually negative 5. So that one I can actually reduce. Okay, so this is the equation we're going to work with for that one. Looking at number 5, looking at the second equation we're given. Okay, so this equation right here, y is by itself. So that one's actually ready to go. So that's why I want to go over this one with you guys, because that one's just a little bit different. It's one of those special cases that we kind of talked about. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to graph the red line first, though. So again, start with your b. So what's your b equals? In this case, my b is that negative 5. And then you're going to tell me what your m equals. In this case, it is the negative 1 over 3. Okay? So for my b, I'm going to go down 5 from 0. So from 0, go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Put your dot right there. Okay? Erase these other ones so we just don't get confused. Alrighty. And then from that point, remember, the negative 1 tells you to go down 1 to the right 3. Okay, so from that point that I just put, I'm going to go down 1 to the right 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to put my dot. And then you're going to follow that pattern. So keep going down 1 to the right 3. So down 1 to the right 3. So my next dot's right there. Down 1 to the right 3, and the next dot's right there. Okay? Ran out of graph, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go up 1 to the left 3. Up 1 to the left 3. And keep following that pattern. All right? Now, we are going to make our line. Okay, why did it do that? Go away. There we go. Okay, so you're going to make your line. Oh boy. I'm just ruining it all. Okay. All right, let's see if it'll cooperate. Okay. All right, that one worked out a little bit better. Just gotta tweak it a little bit. I'm sure you guys miss all my random little comments, so I'm glad I get to make these little videos for you. All right, so that line looks great. Okay, again, straight edge is gonna help you get your exact answer. Okay, so looking at this blue one though, this is one of those special case ones again. So with this one here, okay, x or y equals negative 7. Okay, think about it. There's not an x in there, so it's not in y equals mx plus b form. So this is where this is one of those special cases that we were talking about. So since it's y equals, we're going to look at the y-axis, remember. And then we want to think, where is negative 7 on the y-axis? So from 0, do I go up on the y-axis to get to negative 7, or do I go down? In this case, you do go down because you want to go down to those bottom numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in this case, this one crosses right here. And this is one of those special ones that Slope Dude talked about. So this line is going to be a flat one. So it's going to look like that, okay? And in this case, they do cross, okay? So that part doesn't change. They do intersect right there. So that is going to be the solution for this one. Alrighty, so again, in order to find your solution, start from 0, and on the x-axis, remember, your x comes first in your ordered pair. So from 0, you're going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I went over 6, that's my first number. And then on my y-axis, because you want to kind of go until you line up with it, kind of. So on the y-axis, you're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I went down 7, so it's -7. Alrighty. Really quick, I want to do number 6, and then I will be done and see if you guys can try some on your own. Okay, so number 6. The first one is ready to go. Okay, so for this first one, what is your b equal? Let's see if I can get this to work. B equals, oh boy. Okay, one more time. Okay, b equals, in this case it's 5, and then your m equals x. Technically you have a 1 there, remember, so it would be 1, and you can always put these ones 1 over 1, okay? So in order to graph this one, it's going to be start at 5. So from 0, go up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put your dot. All right, again, I'm going to erase these lines so we don't get confused here. And then for my slope, it's telling me from that line or from that dot, I'm going to go up 1 to the right 1. So up 1 to the right 1, up 1 to the right 1, and follow that pattern until we run on a graph. And then do the same thing to the left 1, down, left 1, down. Keep going until you run out of graph. Alrighty, and then I'm going to do my line because I want it to be pretty accurate here. Alrighty. Got a little crazy there. Okay, that looks good. All right, so that one, again, was ready to go. So for the second one, however, though, we actually have to go through and solve it. So in this case, I got some room up here, so I'm just going to do it right here. All right, so we got to move that x first. It's a positive x, so I'm going to make it a negative x. So subtract x on both sides. All right, these ones cancel. You're left with your negative y equals negative x plus 2. Again, can't combine those because the 2 doesn't have an x. All right. Now, with this one, technically we have a negative 1 with the x, so don't forget that. And so then we actually have to divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. Okay? These cancel out over here. I'm left with my y equals, remember, double negatives turn to positives, okay? That just turns to, technically we have a 1 over 1, so that's just going to be x. You can put in 1 over 1, though, if you want. Same thing. And then I have 2 divided by negative 1, which is negative 2. Okay, so now this one is ready to go. So my b equals the negative 2. My m equals 1 over 1. All right, so for my b, from 0, you got to go down 2. 1, 2. Put it on. Okay, that's kind of our starting point for these ones. Oh, that worked. Okay, and then your slope tells you it's a positive 1. So you're going to go up 1 to the right 1. Okay, so I'm going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Keep following that pattern until you run out of graph. And I'm sure you guys can kind of see what's happening with this one. All right, then you're going to do the opposite and go the other way. All right, just got to draw your little fancy line like that. Alrighty, and looking back at the solutions on the front of this one, this is one of the other types of solutions. So this is the parallel line, so that means they're never going to cross. So that tells me this is no solution for your answer. Alrighty. The other one would obviously be the same exact line, and that would be the infinite one. So if you guys need any other examples, let me know. All right.